the all of you watching at home for helping us make this month special, raising awareness about mental illness and fun phenomena. Thank you again.
Yeah, thanks, Emily. So Emily really said it all, and I wanted to highlight a little bit about what NAMI Utah specifically does. We have volunteers all across the state of Utah in a very rural community. We have over 600 volunteers putting in over 43,000 hours a year to bring education and support resources and outreach to the rural community members. We do suicide prevention work in the field to legislate for more access to mental health, for better treatment services. As some of you may know in this room, those of you who are from Utah, suicide is the leading cause of death in our young people in Utah. The leading cause of death, second, is accidents. So we have a lot of work here to do in Utah to normalize mental illness, because it is something that many of us deal with. Like Emily said, about 1 in 5 people live with mental illness. If you look at the makeup of this room, it's probably likely that some of you live with depression or anxiety or something else. And the message that I always like to convey is it's okay. It's okay to talk to people. It's okay to get help, because if we don't, we can suffer in silence. And I will say that treatment works, and there is hope, and recovery is truly possible, and I'm actually a living example of that. I live with bipolar disorder with psychotic features. Now, if you looked at me, you probably wouldn't think that. You probably wouldn't think that I'm a woman who hears voices. But I did, and I'm better now. I got help. I lived for a very long time without help because my family didn't know what to do, my community didn't know what to do, my friends didn't know what to do, and I felt afraid to talk about it. So unfortunately, I suffered in silence for over 25 years, and I'm here living proof to tell you that please get help, because you won't regret it. You can live full, productive lives, and you can live just like any other person. So, lastly, I'd like to say thank you to all of you, because we couldn't do the work that we do at the national level and at the state level without the support of folks like yourself, without the viewers who will be donating to this, and to, at the end of the day, to us to be able to serve those in our community. So, again, many thanks and good luck. Best of gaming.
Without further ado, we're going to kick it over to Alta Biscuit to start our first run. Alright, everything ready to go? Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. So this is Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. It was an RPG released on Game Boy Advance in 2004. And it's a pretty similar style to Super Mario RPG Paper Mario. It's a turn-based game. The main difference mechanics-wise compared to the other two games, or series rather, is that on defense, if you're good enough, you take 0 damage throughout the entire game. And that's even hard for me to do, so... and sometimes I take damage on purpose, but we'll get to that later. But anyway, the category we have here is all bosses. This is designed to be the middle category between any percent and glitchless. If you haven't seen the speedrun of this game before, it is quite an experience, to say the least. The first hour is pretty normal, nothing broken, no skips or anything like that. As soon as that first hour is done, it gets out of hand pretty quickly. And even then, that doesn't really do justice. You kind of have to save for yourself.
All bosses basically just what it sounds. He has to defeat all of the bosses in the game, which is, I believe, just defined by battles that play the boss theme, and then complete the game as normal. It's a pretty different kind of a run from 80% to you actually see pretty much all of the game but not really in the intended order. You're supposed to fight the bosses, and there's a lot of other surprises in store too.
So, fun little fact about this fight here. Bowser has about 9,000 HP, if you can believe it. But this fight is always the same number of turns every time, regardless if I hear the action command to do extra damage or not. So, I'll miss one or two numbers just to demonstrate that. It's just kind of a neat little thing.
We'll be getting into it more later, but there is a reason why he's playing the Japanese version of the game too. It's not just for faster tech speed or something like that.
Yeah, this game kind of had a weird development. It came out in North America first, which even at that time, around 2003, that was not very common. Usually games came out in Japan first, and then most other regions. So, at least as far as text goes, it's just as fast as I can mash, so there's really no difference between English or Japanese in that case. And typically, when a game comes out in Japan first, and then gets released in other regions, glitches get fixed, so people tend to run the Japanese version. But because the Japanese version came out later, they fixed some glitches, but they ended up introducing more, in their attempts to fix stuff, and it's those glitches that they introduced that make this one possible. In the other categories, the English version is used, and the items are a lot more powerful. There's one item in particular called the Flash Badge, which I pick up about an hour into the run.
Yeah, besides fixing glitches, that's kind of another thing that, like staggered region release, happens is like game mechanic balancing. Once people are actually playing the game, they find out, oh yeah, we kind of made something a little too strong or not strong enough, so we'll kind of patch it in the English release way around here.
In this case, the item that I used later on in the game got nerfed by 60%, and it's still the strongest item in the game. So, the Speech Badge, early on in the run, I'm going to be picking up a lot.